Hi, welcome to the Roundtable. I'm here with some of my great friends to talk about sports today. Starting over here.
Joe.
Mark.
Brian.
Chris.
All right, let's get to it. First, we're gonna talk about the Bruins. So first of all, let's just talk about the win last night. The Bruins are really shocking the world with a 3-0 lead on the Penguins. What do you guys think about our amazing work? The Bruins' amazing work.
The team, not a lot of people gave them a thought in this series. Everyone thought since Pittsburgh was so dominant in their prior series that they would walk away easily. But the Bruins showed that fight that they seem to be lacking during the regular season a little bit. But, they certainly have picked it up and showed why they won the Cup a few years ago.
It's pretty mental now, too. The Bruins just have a ton of momentum, and the Penguins are just getting shut down. So I don't think they even have a chance anymore.
Do you think the Penguins looked a little better on Wednesday, or?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, you look 6-1 versus 2-1
Yeah.
in double overtime. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't really see the question.
Yeah.
it can't get any
It
worse
really
than
isn't.
it was.
Yeah, so based on stats, the stats are in the favor of the Bruins. Look at history shows that when a team leads 3-0 in a 7-game series, they win the fourth game 62% of the time.
62.6.
62.6, correct. And those teams that go up 3-0 also win the series 98% of the time.
98.3.
98.3. So I'd definitely say the stats are in favor of the Bruins. Can we just talk about Greg Campbell?
Soupy.
Soupy.
Soupy? I don't know, Greg.
Yeah. So Soupy, let's just get a little vignette of what happened to Soupy. So he got hit in the leg after blocking a shot. A shot straight for goal, slap shot, hit him in the back of the leg, and he broke his fibula, but he stayed on the ice and continued to play until the Penguins' power play was over. Any thoughts?
It was amazing.
This guy's tough. He's tough.
I say that we give him the Roundtable Tough Guy of the Semester award.
Oh, definitely.
Everybody that agrees say aye.
Aye. All right, wow.
No doubt.
Well,
Definitely.
Soupy Campbell, Tough Guy of the Semester. Congratulations if you watch.
Yeah. Great guy. So as we move on, really the Bruins have been playing really well. Tuukka Rask has been unstoppable, averaging more than 4 goals a game in postseason entering this season. I don't know what that meant, but the individual offense totals were gaudy. Malkin had 16 points in 11 games over the first 2 rounds. Crosby 15 in 10 games. Chris Letang 13 and 11. Iginla 12 in 11 games, and James Neal 10 and 9 games. From that quintet, the Penguins have received 0 points in the conference finals, although Crosby line was on the ice for Pittsburgh, only goal in Game 3.
I mean that.
So,
That
You can see he really brought it together. He came to play.
you know,
Oh yeah, Ross.
Ross,
yeah.
obviously.
Ross.
Yeah.
Not that
mean-
quintet. They're not doing anything.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's a huge testament to what this Bruins team is about. Their offense has been amazing, but their defense has also been amazing, and so I think that just really goes to show. This is a complete team, and they're here to win, and they're here to win now. So
Yeah,
And now's the time.
Tuukka
now
Rask
is the time.
Go, Joe.
all right. Tuukka Rask has really been playing some great hockey lately. He's definitely showing some Tim Thomas attributes that the Bruins were wondering about because Tuukka Rask hadn't been playing too well in the postseason before this season.
Yeah, he was a big variable going in this year, but it's been pretty solid.
I think this officially shuts down any qualms about Tim Thomas, whether or not that was the right move.
Mhm.
So yeah,
I mean,
He has a 94 save
.0,
percentage.
94.0% save
Yeah,
percentage.
or 94. It's sick fix.
Yeah.
And the guy's averaging less than 2 goals per game against, and he's 11-4 in the playoffs. So how can you complain?
Wow.
All right, continuing. Not to get ahead of ourselves, but a lot of people are saying the winner of this series will win the Stanley Cup. So, I mean, what are you guys thinking? You think if the Bruins win, they're going to win it all?
Yeah, I mean, if the Bruins win tonight and Chicago wins on tomorrow, then the finals will begin next Wednesday against Chicago.
That's not.
I could really see the Bruins beating Chicago. You know, Chicago started off unbelievably. I mean, they
Yeah.
They've dropped off though.
yeah, that's my point. So they started off unbelievably. They didn't lose, and they scored like 20 points. I don't know. Chris, can you help me out with the exact stat?
I cannot.
All right. Well, they scored a lot of. They won a lot of games before they lost, and then now really cooled off. Almost lost their series. Went to Game 7. Not that the Bruins didn't do that, but then right now they're doing pretty well. But definitely
Yeah,
could
the
see
fourth
that.
line is still unstoppable, especially with Krejci in there.
Yeah.
I also,
Go ahead.
I also think that the Bruins' momentum since that Game 7 against the Maple Leafs has really fueled them to play great hockey, and I think that with the Blackhawks having just an okay postseason, I think that the Bruins can definitely take the cup again.
Yeah.
So moving on to the NBA Finals. That's basketball for you. The Spurs draw first blood, Game 1. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I mean, TP was huge.
Huge. Tony Parker for all of you novice basketball watchers out there.
Yeah, I mean, LeBron drops a triple-double, 18, and 10, but if he's the only one that's going to play, then he's the only one that's going to play.
He became a Game 1 hero, I think. Maybe even a Game 1 superhero.
But they lost.
But they lost.
Yeah, you didn't see Bosh or Wade. That was the big difference
It's
between.
like you give
Yeah.
up.
Pacers
You
series.
say, LeBron, okay, take your triple-double, pad the stats, do whatever you
And
like.
the Spurs will take the win.
Yeah, Timmy D and my
TP.
boy TP, they'll come in and, Kawhi Leonard, heck of a job. I mean, he held the guy to 18 points. Yes, he did have 18 rebounds and 10 assists, but that might happen against the best player in the world.
It was a very close game. I would not say one team showed more skill than the other.
It took a little bit of luck on TP's part.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And Parker hitting that that shot there at the end with 5.2 seconds was really the dagger.
That was lucky, though.
That was lucky.
It wasn't necessarily lucky.
It
I
was a
mean,
lucky shot.
I mean, I'm sure he practices it a lot. So I would say some skill is involved.
I mean,
It was pure luck.
All right.
I don't know. I mean, he
mean-
managed to get away with the ball, and we don't know if he called bank or not. But
I don't know. Sometimes those microphones can pick up when they call bank. I didn't hear it either, but who knows? When you're desperate with 5.2 seconds, sometimes you don't call bank.
I think an important stat from last night's game was that Tony Parker outscored the big three in the fourth quarter, scoring 10 points, and that lifting the Spurs to a Game 1 win is really important. I mean, Dwayne Wade scored 2 points or none. I don't remember.
Well, LeBron essentially was the big three last night. Dwayne and Bosh did not show up.
Yeah, if the Heat have any chance in this series, then Wade has to play like he can, and Bosh has to go down low and can't settle for jump shots. He's going to have to at least try to take on Tim Duncan, but it's hard to when you're playing against one of the biggest, best big men in the history.
Yeah. In terms of guarding LeBron, do you think they could cover him a little more tight? Kind of make him pass it up a little more? Or are you guys thinking he's covering about right where he should be covered?
I think Kawhi Leonard was a good call to put on him. You might want to go to his zone at times to give him a bit of a rest, especially
You
with
can't go
LeBron's.
zone against the Heat. It's impossible. But you can't play man either.
They're just a tough team to defend, but the Spurs are doing a heck of a job as of right now.
Kawhi Leonard in
particular,
specific.
yeah,
and,
particular.
in particular. And, he's forcing them down to Timmy if they need help. And Timmy and Tiago are doing their job.
And moving to Tracy McGrady.
Tracy
Brady,
McGrady.
Tracy
No,
McGrady.
I'm kidding.
They don't get it though. Nobody would get that. I know, but they would.
He will be a Hall of Famer, yes or no, if he wins?
Yes.
No.
I think yeah.
Maybe.
I'm torn.
No. You know
Yes.
I think he has a chance even if he doesn't win the ring.
what? Is he a multiple time scoring champ? Yes.
Yes.
Granted.
Did he get injured way too early in his career to warrant a Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Yes. So, it's similar to what happened to Grant Hill. Like kids coming out being the next LeBron, but well, actually before LeBron, but
Grant Hill was never the scoring champion multiple times
Oh, yeah.
though.
but he was
Year
more of
after
an all-around
year.
player than T-Mac.
He will not be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, you will.
Yes, he will.
Grant Hill,
Grant Hill will
nearly-
not be in the Hall of Fame.
he had many triple doubles one year.
No, he won't.
He was a more complete player than Tracy McGrady. That said, Tracy McGrady did reinvent the shooting guard position for a while. We all know that 13 points in 33 seconds, historic comeback against the Spurs in the playoffs, and he's a great player. Tip my hat to him. Did well for the Magic. Did well for the Rockets. Did well in China. And he tried to come back, but he's just
The Chinese aren't very good at basketball.
That
Okay.
that is a generalization. There are plenty of great Chinese players.
Yao Ming is
Moving-
great. Yao Ming
yeah.
is a great
Huge
Chinese
success.
basketball player.
Let's move on
Jeremy Lin is not
to
Chinese.
just back to the Heat. Let's finish up with the NBA and move on to the Red Sox. But Heat are coming to the next game with a home court advantage. Excuse me. The home court advantage. Do you think this will affect the Spurs? What are you guys thinking of the outcome of this next game and the series as a whole?
They don't have home court.
They don't have home court advantage anymore. I mean, obviously.
Because they lost last night.
But do you think the Spurs are a team? What?
Yes, they are. Yes, the Spurs are a team. And they got them veteran guys like Timmy and Tiago. And
The
TP
Heat.
and
The Heat will be
Manny.
home, correct?
And so the Heat will be home, but
Do you think the Spurs will cope very well with being away?
well, they just won last night away.
But do you think they will cope
Yeah,
very well
they'll-
a second time?
Yeah, I
Being
think
away.
they'll continue to get their rest. I mean, this is a team that knows what's at stake. They're a veteran group. They've been there before. They're not going to party in South Beach
All right.
that much.
Let's move on to the Red Sox. Big win against Texas last night. Why would you walk to pitch? Why would you want to pitch? Why would you walk to pitch to Poppy in the ninth? Huge mistake. Yes or no?
Yeah, it was a huge mistake. Obviously, he hit a walk-off home run.
Yeah.
3-run home run.
Walk-off home run is what I said.
Walk-off 3-run home run.
Okay, yeah. But
So what
Huge.
are you
Huge
guys
for
thinking about the future?
Huge for the Red Sox. I mean, that's big because Texas is a good team.
Texas is a great team.
Second best team in the
Yeah.
AL.
So now they're
Behind the Red
tied for
Sox.
first in the AL, correct?
no,
Yeah.
the Red Sox are ahead, I think. No.
Yep, the Red Sox
The
are
Red Sox are now ahead.
by a half game, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, Red Sox are first in runs, second in.
On base percentage and slugging percentage, and third in batting average.
Thank you.
And how about
Iglesias.
Iglesias? Gabriel Iglesias. I mean,
Jose Iglesias is amazing. You're right.
Jose Iglesias is playing really well.
He's just getting on
batting-
base.
I mean, 431 after 17
That's
games.
almost half of the half. It's almost 0.5.
Yeah, he's doing well. Yeah.
Going back to the stats about the Red Sox as a team, that's really important. It doesn't matter if you're hitting all the home runs, just getting on base, doing the little things. That's what has them top the
They are
AL.
first in runs, though.
Yeah, and
Not home
they do
runs.
have 6 players
They have
in the
6
lineup
players.
batting over
6
300.
players over
Yeah,
300.
which is huge.
I think that's more
Huge,
important
massive.
than having 20 home runs at this point.
Oh yeah, I mean, one guy hits a bunch of home runs, and it's like, all right, you're gonna sell tickets. People are gonna come and see you. You get all these people hitting singles, and you got players running in home.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
And you
ribbies.
can't stop him.
A lot of ribbies.
How are you supposed to stop someone like that?
You
Mark?
can't. I mean,
You can't.
I gotta be honest.
There's nothing you can do.
And
Yeah.
I just want to say that our pitching attributions from Japan have been huge in Uehara and Tozawa.
Yes.
But again, batting is also amazing. I mean, we had 4 homers in Tuesday's game. I think everybody had an extra base hit. And do you guys think that we can hold up this pace and become the World Series champion?
Oh, yeah. As long as Jackie Bradley Jr. continues to
He's garbage.
he actually hit his first major league home run.
Yeah, 2-run shot.
Yeah, it was huge. In a
Everyone
17
applauded.
They
That's
scored 17 points in an absolute
17
running.
runs, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean,
I think they're.
as long as he's rolling, the team is rolling.
I think they're
mean,
just
it's
on the
proven.
rise. I
Yeah.
think they're just on the rise.
After last year, they're really come together.
I think it also has to do with the pitching staff staying healthy.
Oh, I mean, you look at Clay Buchholz, he hasn't lost
Exactly.
a game yet.
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
Yeah, it's
I
a
was only-
record-setting. He
record-setting
currently has a
1.61.
record-setting ERA still.
1.61. Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, I don't think it's a question of holding the pace, but will they be passing up their current pace?
Yeah, and you know, I mean, the record-setting thing is great for Clay Buchholz as an individual. Honestly, as long as it's not distracting, I'm all right. But if it gets to be something where he goes in there and, you know, is pitching purely not to give up that earned run and they start losing games, you know, that's
And
that's
do you guys know
problematic.
the Red Sox fielding percentage right now? It
Oh,
is
yeah.
98.6. That's
mean-
unreal.
I mean, that's good.
And we have a lot of people considered to be all-stars. The following people are in their top 3. Salty, Napoli, Pedroia, Ellsbury, Victorino, Ortiz, Buchholz, and Lester are all being considered to be all-stars right now. That's pretty good for the Sox.
Wow.
Great.
Yeah, for the Sox.
Something that the Sox are not being considered is the steroid scandal that's
Oh,
going
my.
on right now.
What a transition that was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, today we learned about the extent and severity of the latest steroid scandal to hit the sport.
Yeah, Brian, can you explain to all the viewers out there who might not understand exactly what has happened?
And what is steroids?
20 players minus 2 free agents is 18. Minus 2 minor leaguers. You got 16 players in the MLB that have not necessarily been tested positive for steroids, but were involved with a clinic in Miami that has been known to deal these roids. And
That's short for steroids. Roids is short for steroids.
It's an anti-aging clinic, correct?
yes.
Yes. Continue. Continue.
That's pretty much it. You got some big stars in there, such as Melky Cabrera, Bartolo Colon, Nelson Cruz, A-Rod, Peralta, and even Montero. So
And Ryan Braun.
Yeah, and Ryan Braun.
Facing huge suspension.
Ryan Braun did not actually ever buy drugs at this place, though. What happened is he consulted them before he had his trial with his last steroid scandal, and he was never actually involved in buying the drugs.
Nonetheless, he is in consideration.
He was in the record books and was given a paid service by the people, but was never even bought drugs.
Unfortunately,
A couple of these
this
people
still is
didn't ever
going to
use them.
tamper his-
I guess, yeah. Since A-Rod's been so bad with this in the past, he might get a 100-game suspension. Most of these guys are going to get 50. It's going to be intense.
Well, didn't Melky already get one of those?
I
Last-
don't know.
last
Yeah.
year.
All right,
Last
yeah.
year.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to get 100 games because of problems in the past. I think it's because he's lied to the league, and I think Bud Selig is considering doubling the suspension to 100 games instead of the 50 because he has come out and said that he's lied.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do it. I mean, at some point, you got to draw the line and say, enough is enough. I mean, this guy thinks he can get away with it, and he can't.
Yeah.
It's ruining baseball.
And he has crossed the line.
Well,
He's
Bud
crossed
Selig
it.
has been big about quashing the use of steroids.
Which is good. I mean, it's good to see someone like that cares and
Yeah.
is willing to do something about it and say, look, I understand that you're a huge name, you're what baseball is at this point, but we're just going to, you still can't do that no matter what.
Yeah, so Tony Bosch, the founder of Biogenesis of America in Miami, has agreed to talk with the MLB about this Friday about the ongoing investigation and to sort of supply information about the scandal. So according to ESPN program Outside the Lines, citing sources familiar with the situation. And he's expected to say that he provided drugs to the players.
I mean,
So,
what else
I
is he
mean-
gonna say?
I mean,
And he
yeah.
actually injected A-Rod himself with the needle. So.
I wonder if he kept it. As a memento.
Well, that could be solid evidence.
Yeah, that's why I said I wonder if he kept it, because I mean. So are they going to suspend the players? Yes?
I think they're going to suspend the players.
Yes?
Either 50 to 100 games, depending on how.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
lightly,
could see Ryan Braun getting suspended.
And no Red Sox players have been named yet, so.
but I don't think they
Not
will
yet.
be. No, they won't be.
You know, or the Red Sox are too good for that, you know.
Yeah, they're
Too
we're
good
in an
for
upper
steroids.
echelon.
They
as
would
opposed
never
to-
use steroids. Anyway, that is
Mark,
it.
what? No, wait, what?
David Ortiz just got accused.
That was
of
like
it.
2 years ago, and
2
that was
weeks
the one.
ago.
Well, yeah, but but it was just an accusation. It wasn't real.
I know.
And that is the show today. Thank you for coming and watching. We'll see you next week. Great show.
Thank you.